The Oak Island crew, known for hiding real treasures, has been a fascinating story for over 2 centuries. The discovery of an old log structure at Smith's Cove in 1795 sparked interest in the island and its potential for hidden riches. The mania began when explorer Daniel McGinnis discovered a circular indentation while exploring his island home in Nova Scotia. The tales surrounding the island are diverse, with some linking it to the golden age of piracy, suggesting that infamous pirates like Captain Kidd or Blackbeard might have hidden their treasures there. McGinnis and his team found signs of human activity, such as coconut fiber, which suggests the pit was deliberately constructed by someone who brought materials from afar. Other theories include connections to the Knights Templar, imagining that the treasure might relate to this once powerful and strange group that disappeared centuries ago. There is also speculation about historical figures like Queen Marie Antoinette, who was executed before she could flee, leaving the treasure unfound. As treasure hunters dug deeper into Oak Island, they started thinking about the possibility that the treasure could have once belonged to William Shakespeare. Many believe that Shakespeare, famous for plays like King Lear and Hamlet, might have made so much money from his writing that he needed a private place to hide it. There were also whispers that Shakespeare might have hidden some of his never-before-seen writings with the treasure. If these rumors turned out to be true, finding the treasure could mean discovering not just valuable coins and jewelry, but also potentially priceless manuscripts from one of the greatest writers in history. Despite their best efforts, the team led by McGinnis faced significant challenges, such as a lack of proper tools and not enough workers to explore the deep pit thoroughly. Disheartened, they eventually had to stop their search without finding the treasure. If they had been able to keep digging, perhaps they might have found more clues that would have attracted even more treasure hunters to Oak Island. Over the next 229 years, many followed in McGinnis's footsteps, hoping to uncover the treasure, but all failed to bring it into the light. Old finds around the area help confirm that people were there, doing significant work, possibly related to the swamp. Discoveries like old survey stakes around the area help piece together what might have been happening on the island back then. Even though no one has yet managed to claim the treasure, many other fascinating and ancient items have been found, indicating that some unusual activities involving valuable items might have taken place on the island. One intriguing find was an ancient Roman sword, which some speculate that rulers like Julius Caesar or other Roman leaders chose Oak Island as a secure place to hide part of the empire's enormous wealth during its most powerful days. Another possibility is that the Knights Templar had visited the island long ago, looking for a safe place to keep their growing wealth. The Knights Templar were a powerful group of medieval Christian warriors who became wealthy and influential over time, with the backing of many important Christians, including Pope Innocent II, which helped them amass a considerable fortune. Oak Island, a mysterious island in the Americas, has been the subject of numerous discoveries and stories that could potentially change our understanding of history. The idea that the Roman Empire or the Knights Templar had connections to the island challenges the widely accepted story that Christopher Columbus and his group were the first from Europe to set foot in the Americas. Discoveries like the Roman sword and the lead cross are crucial clues that could significantly change historical narratives. However, until the treasure is discovered and its origins confirmed, it remains uncertain whether these artifacts belong to the ancient Romans or the Knights Templar. Finding a cross suggests there might be multiple treasures on Oak Island, possibly left by different people throughout history. The Lagina brothers and their crew from The Curse of Oak Island are now tasked with possibly changing our view of world history. Rick and Marty, who have been fascinated by the idea of finding treasure since they were kids in Michigan, have been there for over a decade now, searching high and low for treasure. They also star in a TV series that showcases their efforts, drilling and digging around the island to see what things it might hold. Their significant operations included draining a swamp, an area Rick always believed might hide something important. In a related quest, Marty's son, Alex, along with Gary Drayton, the team's expert with a metal detector, and another team member, Jack Begley, are making their own discoveries. During one of their searches, Gary's metal detector went wild over a particular spot, and soon they uncovered an old metal spike embedded in the mud. This find was particularly exciting for Gary, reminding him of a similar object he once saw in a Spanish galleon from the late 1600s or early 1700s, the golden age of piracy. The thrill of possibly being the first to handle this artifact in hundreds of years was a real high point for the team. As they unearthed new clues, they began to realize the artifacts might be much older than they had thought, adding a new layer of intrigue to their search. Fred Nolan's crazy swamp theory connects back to their exploration of Oak Island, suggesting that the oddly shaped swamp was purposely made hundreds of years ago to conceal a shipwreck. If his theory holds any water, it makes one wonder about the people who might have chosen to hide the ship in such a secretive way, perhaps to protect valuable cargo. As the team digs deeper and uncovers more, they move closer to possibly finding treasure and piecing together the historical significance of Oak Island. Every artifact and each dig could potentially be a key to understanding more about the past, making the island not just a treasure hunter's dream, but also a rich site for historical exploration. The Oak Island team discovered a survey stake hidden in the swamp, indicating human activity long ago. This discovery led them to explore other parts of the island more thoroughly, including a cave with carvings on its walls. They conducted metal detecting exercises in the cave and uncovered an iron piece that looked like a strap or bracket. This discovery added another layer of excitement and motivated the team to keep searching. The team considered the possibility of finding parts of a Spanish galleon or another type of ship that had brought treasure to the island. Tori Fell, part of Reflex, doing clinometer work in the money pit, was the first to spot a significant stone that everyone else had passed over multiple times. The general consensus was that the piece could have been a strap or bracket used to hold together timber on the ship. Intriguingly, the iron rod showed signs of having been exposed to high heat, perhaps even a fire. They speculated that the fire was used deliberately to scuttle the ship as it sank into the swamp. The team pondered over the extreme actions someone must have taken, not just creating the swamp, but perhaps even burning the ship. Carmen Legg, the team's expert in blacksmithing, dated the iron strap to the 1700s, helping the team confirm that something significant happened in the swamp around the mid-1700s, several decades before Daniel McGinnis found the famous circular depression. During their search for treasure on Oak Island, they stumbled upon another significant discovery: a stone-paved pathway submerged in the southeastern part of the swamp. They theorized this wharf could have been used back in the 1700s for loading and unloading goods from ships. Using their metal detectors, they quickly found an iron peg resembling a plumb bob, an ancient tool used to ensure that structures were built straight and aligned. The excitement of going down into that shaft to dig and potentially uncover an original tunnel from the 1600s or 1700s was very high. If they could unearth such a structure, it might confirm links to the money pit or the stone structure they had just found. Driven by this possibility, the team felt they were on the verge of a discovery that could completely change their treasure hunt in the swamp. When they started digging a bit, they uncovered a wooden structure under the ground. They wondered if this wooden structure was connected to the stone pathway they had found, or if it was an entirely different piece of history. They speculated that following this path might reveal more about the island's past and activities that took place there. Such findings could be crucial in their ongoing quest to uncover what lay hidden beneath the island's surface and perhaps finally locate the treasure they were seeking.